The moment I hit send, my chest tightened. I stared at the message on my screen. Darling, my family has now seen your picture. I waited, gripping my phone as my heartbeat pounded against my ribs. Claire hadn't replied yet. I knew this wasn't just any text. It was the beginning of something that could change everything between us. A minute passed, then another. Finally, the typing bubble appeared. What did they say? I exhaled, trying to steady my thoughts. My fingers hovered over the keyboard before I finally typed, "Can we meet? I think we should talk in person." I needed to see her face, to read her emotions beyond the safety of a screen. I owed her that much. Claire sat across from me at the small cafe where we always met. She was stirring her coffee absent-mindedly, eyes fixed on the dark liquid. "So," she said, finally looking up, "how did they react?" I rubbed the back of my neck, searching for the right words. "It's complicated." A wry smile tugged at her lips. "It always is, isn't it?" She wasn't wrong. From the moment we started dating, we both knew my family would be a challenge. They had expectations, traditions, and beliefs that didn't leave room for someone like Claire. She wasn't from our culture. She didn't fit their mold of the perfect wife. She leaned forward slightly, her fingers gripping the cup tighter. "Tell me the truth, Ethan. Do they hate me?" "No," I said quickly. "Not hate, just confusion." She scoffed. "Confusion," I sighed. They expected someone different. Someone from our community. Someone they already knew. Claire nodded slowly, pressing her lips together. I could see the hurt she was trying to hide. "So they don't approve." "I didn't say that," I said, leaning closer. "They just need time." Her eyes met mine, filled with emotions I couldn't quite decipher. And what if time isn't enough? I swallowed hard. That was the question, wasn't it? Would time change anything? Or was I fooling myself into thinking they would ever accept the woman I loved? She looked away, her voice quieter now. "Ethan, I don't want to be your secret." "You're not, then prove it." Her words hung between us, like a challenge, like a test I wasn't sure I could pass. I reached for Claire's hand, but she pulled away, her fingers tightening around her coffee cup instead. The tension between us was thick, pressing against my chest, like a weight I couldn't shake. "They only just saw your picture, Claire," I said, my voice low, almost pleading. "They need time to process everything." Her eyes flickered with something unreadable, pain, doubt, maybe even resignation. "Time, Ethan," she whispered. "How much time? Weeks? Months? Years?" I opened my mouth to answer, but nothing came out because I didn't know. She let out a small, humorless laugh, shaking her head. "You know what my family did when I showed them your picture? They smiled. They asked about you. They wanted to know when they'd get to meet you." Her words stung more than they should have. "Claire, I know, Ethan." Her voice was sharp now, cutting through my excuses. "I've always been an open book with you. I've never hidden you, never made you feel like you weren't enough. So why do I feel like I'm something you need to explain?" The cafe felt smaller suddenly, suffocating. I could feel the stares of strangers, but they didn't matter. Only she did. "It's not about you," I said, my voice strained. "It's them. Their mindset, their traditions. They're just stuck in their ways." She stared at me for a long time before nodding slowly. "And what about you? Are you stuck in their ways too?" That question sent a chill through me, because I didn't know the answer. Silence stretched between us, the kind that wasn't comfortable, the kind that felt like a countdown to something breaking. "I love you, Ethan," she said softly, her fingers tracing the rim of her cup. "But I need to know, am I someone you're proud of, or someone you're trying to convince them to accept?" My throat felt dry, my hands clenched into fists under the table. "I don't want to lose you," I finally said. Claire's lips parted slightly, but she didn't speak right away. When she finally did, her voice was barely above a whisper. Then fight for me. The challenge hung in the air, heavy and unshakable. She was waiting. The question was I ready to fight? I swallowed hard, watching the way Claire's fingers trembled as she gripped her coffee cup. The weight of her words settled in my chest like a stone. Fight for me, she had said. But what did that even mean? I reached across the table again, determined this time, and took her hand in mine. She didn't pull away, but she didn't hold on either. Her fingers rested in my palm, waiting, uncertain. Claire, I said, my voice softer now. I want you to meet them. I do, but I need to prepare them. It's not as simple as just showing up with you on my arm. Her eyes darkened, disappointment flickering across her face. Why? She asked, her voice quiet but firm. Because I don't fit into their world. I exhaled slowly, rubbing a hand down my face. Because they've spent their whole lives believing things I don't believe in, I admitted. And if I don't handle this carefully, they'll lash out at me, at you. I just need time. She studied me, searching my face for something, truth, reassurance, maybe even a lie she could cling to. I'm not ashamed of you, I continued, gripping her hand a little tighter. I swear I'm not, but you are afraid, she whispered. I didn't deny it. She sighed, pulling her hand away, and for a moment I felt like I was already losing her. I need to know where I stand, Ethan, she said, staring down at the table. Because I refuse to be someone you have to defend. I refuse to be your secret. Her words hit like a slap, and I knew she was right. She pushed back her chair and stood, reaching for her coat. Claire, wait. I grabbed her wrist, desperate to hold on to something, anything. She looked down at me, her expression unreadable. When you're ready to fight for us, she said, her voice calm but firm. You know where to find me. And then she walked away. I sat there staring at the empty chair across from me, my mind spinning. The weight of Claire's words crushed my chest, leaving me gasping for air. She wanted me to fight for her, to prove to her and the world that she wasn't just someone I loved in the shadows. The truth was, I had already taken the first step. My family had seen her picture. I had told them about her, though not in the way she would have wanted. I could still hear my mother's voice echoing through the phone when I first mentioned Claire's name. She's different, Ethan, she had said carefully. Are you sure this is what you want? That single question had carried a mountain of unspoken warnings. It wasn't just about Claire, it was about everything she represented. A life my family hadn't expected for me. A choice that defied their expectations. And now, Claire had given me an ultimatum without saying the words outright. Be proud of us, or let me go. I ran a hand through my hair, my heart pounding. I wasn't going to lose her. Without another second of hesitation, I pulled out my phone and dialed my mother's number. She answered on the second ring. Ethan, Mom, I said, my voice firm. I'm bringing Claire to the next family dinner. I want you all to meet her. A long silence stretched between us. Then finally she spoke. Are you sure? Yes, I said, standing up from the cafe chair as determination settled in my bones. And I need you to be sure too. There was another pause before she sighed. All right, she said softly. Bring her. I ended the call and rushed outside, the cold air biting at my skin. My heart was racing, but for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was finally doing the right thing. Now I just had to find Claire and tell her myself. I parked my car in front of Claire's apartment, my hands gripping the steering wheel as I exhaled slowly. The thought of seeing her again after that last conversation made my chest tighten. I had been hesitant before, unsure if I was ready to defy everything for the sake of love. But now, there was no doubt in my mind. Claire had always been patient with me, even when I didn't deserve it. But I saw it in her eyes the last time we spoke. She was running out of patience. She didn't want to be someone I hid. She wanted to be someone I cherished, out loud, in front of the world. I stepped out of the car, heart pounding, and made my way up to her apartment. The moment I knocked, I heard movement inside. A few seconds later the door opened, revealing Claire in an oversized sweater and leggings, her hair slightly messy like she had been lying on the couch all day. Her eyes met mine, surprise flickering in them before she crossed her arms. "Ethan, can we talk?" I asked, my voice softer than I intended. She hesitated, then sighed, and stepped aside, letting me in. The apartment smelled like lavender, and a half-empty cup of tea sat on the coffee table. I took a deep breath, gathering my words as she sat on the couch, watching me warily. "I told my family about you," I finally said, standing in front of her. Her eyes widened slightly. "You what?" I nodded. "I showed them your picture. I told them I was bringing you to meet them." She blinked, her expression unreadable. "And how did they react?" I swallowed. "They were surprised." My mom hesitated. "But I don't care what anyone thinks, Claire. I need you to know that. I don't want to hide us anymore." She stared at me for a long moment, as if trying to figure out if she could trust my words. Then, slowly, she leaned back against the couch and exhaled. "I wasn't sure if you'd actually do it. I had to," I admitted, "because if I didn't, I would have lost you, and that's not an option for me." Claire bit her lip, her fingers playing with the hem of her sweater. "Ethan, I love you, but I need to know this isn't just a temporary burst of courage. If we do this, if I meet them, if I let myself believe in this, will you stand by me no matter what?" I didn't hesitate. I took her hands in mine, squeezing them gently. "Always." Her eyes searched mine for any hesitation. When she found none, she finally gave me a small smile. "All right," she whispered. Relief washed over me, and I let out a breath I hadn't realized I was holding. This was just the beginning. Now I had to prove to her, and to everyone else, that she was the love of my life, and nothing was going to change that.